So this video is a complementary series or video to the simple GCP containers video. And in that project, what we did is we took these Flask microservices and containerized them. And then once we make a container out of them, we deployed them using Cloud Run. And so what we're going to do is, instead of building those locally like we did in the previous projects, we're going to build it all within the GitHub ecosystem using GitHub Actions. And so let's talk a little bit about CI/CD in the relationship to GitHub Actions. CI/CD is a continuous integration and deployment, obviously, and it is a set of best practices, design principles for how we build and deliver software in a more quicker, more streamlined methodologies. And all GitHub Actions is just one tool that allows you to implement those best practices. And so we're just going to scratch the surface on GitHub Actions to show you how to do some simple GCP builds. The first thing we need to do is we need to clone the template repository. So all our projects are template repositories, which makes it easy for you to clone. So this is the GCP Flask container project. So I'm going to copy that and put it in the web browser. And what you'll see, it's a public template. And this green button right here is use this template. So I'm going to click on use template and say create new repository. And from there, I'm going to say GCP action demo. GCP action demo. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's private because eventually I'm going to put some my credentials JSON in here, and it's supposed to be secure, but I'm just a little bit paranoid, so I'm going to make sure that this is a private repository. So all my secrets are only shared to me or whoever I want to see this repository. So I'm going to hit create repository. Once that's done, what we need to do is to upload the repositories to the local environment. So I'm going to go and use SSH, click on that, and I'm going to go to my Ubuntu development environment. I'm going to do git clone, and then I'm going to do cd GCP action demo. Now there's a video about how you set up a GCP Terraform project. I'll put the link in the video, but what we want to do is run checkenv. And it's going to go, hey, your credentials.json doesn't exist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit refresh here and go to GCP action. And I'm going to upload from my laptop credentials.json. Now I want to do checkenv ch. The only other thing that you need to do for setup for GCP is you got to enable this API. So I have an API setup script, and you run that, and that will enable all the APIs needed for the project. So now we need to build the backend. So I'm going to build it, and then after it builds the artifacts, I'm going to talk about what a backend is. So in all these projects, there is 0.0 backend, and I'm going to do a Terraform init, and then I'm going to do a Terraform apply. Okay, so three things got built with this Terraform apply. The first one is we created a storage bucket. And the second thing is we created two files to configure the backend to use that storage bucket. So what is a backend? Well, if you look carefully in the Terraform build directory, you'll see this file called Terraform tfstate. So this is the file that it retains what you think you have built or what you're trying to build and what is actually deployed on the system. And it does that comparison between these two to when you do apply or plan to figure out what do I need to do to conform the existing system to be what the state says I need to have. So it's key to coordinating the builds. And so if I just do it on a playpen, only I can do the builds. So if I want to be in a team environment like GitHub or just in general, you want to set this backend to store this file somewhere on a shared file system so that everybody can access the same state file. And so what this does is use a storage account to store these JSON files remotely, independent of your directory. So I can blow away my directory, go to another machine, and it'll still have the same state. So that's the idea behind the state files. So I'm going to exit here. And so there's two parts of this. There's the building the storage bucket, and then there's the configuring the other elements of the project to also run. So if I go to the gar directory, there is now a backend gar directory. So if I do, you're going to see that it's got the bucket, and then I have a directory that I put it in, and we'll look at that a little bit later. And then there's another section, and you can see that the prefix is for this particular part of the build, and then cloud run, and you look at 03 cloud run, and you'll see the same thing where it's using the same buckets. So what we need to do, push these two backend TF files back into your source repository. So let me go in here, and I'm going to do add git commit and remote backend, and there we go. So what I'm going to do is, we're in the GCP action demo. I am going to click on actions, and there's these 4 actions, and we'll look at the YAML files during the build. But in these 4 actions, they roughly correspond to apply sh, check env sh, destroy sh, and validate sh. Go to settings, and under secrets and variables, we need to do actions. We need to do repository secret. Okay, so I've got GCP credentials JSON defined. So now we should be able to go to actions, and let's rerun this check build environment, and let's run the workflow and see how we go this time. Check the environment. Now, one thing you'll notice in this check env is we set up Packer. We don't need Packer for this project, but I sort of use this as a template. So if you ever do need a Packer component, you could go to this project and pick it up, and then the Packer command will be there. So the check env ran, it validated everything. It did the gcloud CLI, Terraform CLI, etc., etc. So now I think we're ready for the main event. Let's go back to the summary, and actually just actions, and let's do build solution. And I am going to run the workflow. Now the GCP is the fastest, without a doubt, to build. So while it's building, let's talk about these YAML files. So the way the actions up here, in the Google or the GitHub area, the way it knows what actions are there is through these YAML files that are in the directory .github workflows. And so these roughly correspond to apply.sh, check env sh, destroy sh, and then validate sh. So while it's doing that, I guess I'll go back and look at these YAML files, and there's a lot of sort of boilerplate in here, but the main event is this run section. And this is where we've got, if you go to the apply sh and the other shell scripts, these are actually the exact same commands that are in the scripts. So a lot of times I first start off with the shell scripts locally, and then it's very easy to adapt those shell scripts into a GitHub action to run it within the GitHub ecosystem. Okay, the build has finished. So what we'll do here is walk through the staging. So the build guard instance, there's a lot of parts of this pipeline are just setting up Terraform and setting up and checking out code. The main event, the stuff that's the shell script that we lifted from the other environment, is in the apply Terraform. And you can see it's building the guard instances. You'll see code that looks very simple, similar. There is a section where I get the credentials and put it within the credentials JSON because that's where it's expected. But this shell script, if you look at it and compare it to apply sh, very, very similar as to what it does. So then we've built the gar in this phase, the repository, Now we're going to build the Flask container. And so here, same deal. We're checking out a code, a lot of setup, but then we get to this build Flask container. And this is the part that roughly mirrors the shell script, the apply sh. So if you go in here, it's going through and it's going to Docker, running the Docker build, and then pushing it at the end. And so if I really want to look at files, the output, it's very verbose. I think there's ways of making this a little less verbose, but after it builds the Flask container, it essentially pushes it into the remote repository, the GAR repository. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is we build the Cloud Run instance. Again, same structure. It sets up a bunch of stuff, and then the apply is going to be the bash script adapted for this environment. And so it goes and it runs, and you see what you would expect with the Terraform init. It's got all the stuff that's going to build. So it's the same things you would see in a manual build or a local build, but it's all within the GitHub ecosystem. And then finally, as at phase 3, we want to validate the solution. So we hit validate, and same deal. Let's go to validate solution, and you can see if you click on this URL, it's going to give you the good to go endpoint. In previous demos, at this point we use Postman and hit all the different endpoints. We're not going to do that with this video because it's not really the focus. And you can certainly play with the solution at this point. You can go and look at Cloud Run, and it should have everything deployed, so you can play with it, see how it works underneath the covers. But for purposes of the demos, the only thing left to do is to be good stewards of your cloud account and destroy the solution. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to click on Destroy Solution. I'm going to click on Run Workflow.